So I'm starting this off a little different than I usually do. I got some music in my ears to keep my voice a little higher, perk up, and I don't really know how to start, but I will say that this is the final product. I'm going to start with that instead of having it just be from the beginning, 10, 15 minutes in, and then he's seeing a little glimpse of what the final product was. So I'm going to talk about this for a second because this is what the final product of this, particular piece was. It's a commission that I finished back in December. And this isn't actually what I drew. This is what I drew. All right? So if you can't tell, this is commission. It's a complimentary piece for one that I did back in the day. It's a complimentary piece of this. And so it's taking somebody, making a portrait of them, and giving a little superhero spin, right? So this is Wonder Woman. And this is what the final product was. And this is what I sent off to be printed. And my wife takes a look at it and says, is this supposed to be like, is this like Wonder Woman or something? And I'm like, yeah, isn't it blatantly obvious? And she says, why is the top, I don't even know what color she said. And I said, what are you talking about? The color's wrong. I use a color picker because I'm colorblind. And I use a color picker on reference photos to get a base color, and then I work with what I know, the boundaries, what I can and can't do to create light and shade and detail and all this shit based on my very limited palette. And and she says, no, this is like I don't know what the hell she said it was. See, to me, now that I've seen the difference and I've been back to this, I can see, yes, this is definitely red, and this is like a minty green. Minty green? That's not a minty green, Scott. That's what everybody says when I tell them what colors are. That's not a minty green. That's what, and then they say what it really is. But yeah, this was based on my poor choice of one color pick photo of the same outfit, but some element was off. And anyway, so this is what the final product is. This is what you'll see me working on. And actually, if you want to know more, actually take a look at this photo. I've been finding colorblind photos that I know must work because they look the same to me as the normal photo, and it looks like real life to me. So check this out. I love this one. This is a rainbow. Okay, so if you're normal vision like me, the normal vision one pops, but to me, the one that's labeled protanopia is what I see, and the result is. The one that's labeled protanopia looks exactly like the normal vision and the deuteranomala. I still don't know how to deuterana. Anyway, those are the two red-green colorblind ones, deuteranomia and protanopia. Take the protanopia one and imagine it copy-paste it onto normal vision and onto that. I see three of the same photo, essentially. And then the tritanopia one looks black and white with a little band of red creeping in the very top. Scott, I thought you couldn't see red. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I just see a little bit. Otherwise, I would say it's a completely black and white photo. So, every time that I've been showing people this video, or every time I've been showing people this photo, they go, ah. And I don't expect them to. I go, oh, like, yeah, that's a little different. No, apparently they say, what the fuck? It's only yellow and blue, or purple, or something like that. Blue or purple. Like, it's only that. I say, yeah, that's what a rainbow looks like. When you see it in nature, in the sky, like, nothing is real. Nothing is as good as it is. And, so I don't see the Roy G. Biv. I just see that because, it's real life. It's not all cracked up when it's supposed to be, right? And people are like, no, you don't see any. You just see two colors in a rainbow. So anyway, I just figured I'd start with this so that you could see why you were seeing this. Covering my ass. And also, oh, yeah, so anyway, I had to fix this. I sent it out to the printer. And I said, it's already to the printer. And she's like, you got to change it. Like, I couldn't even tell exactly who it was supposed to be. And so I said, all right, So I went into Photoshop and I isolated the chest piece and I did a little color correction. It's a little post-processing, if you will. Anyway, people say, Scott, why don't you get those colorblind glasses? Well, I finally have. They're on the way. No, they're not on the way. They're ordered. I finally pulled the trigger on these colorblind glasses that I hear about. They're called Enchroma. I'm not paid by them. I will never be paid for. No, I don't know. Yeah, like I'm excited. They're gonna be here in like a month because I'm getting them prescriptioned out. They look like transition lenses, which I hate because I'm not into transition lenses. I don't, but I guess I have an excuse. And if they do work, then of course I'm not going to want to take them off. And I'm going to tell everybody, fuck you, if I look like, who comes to mind? Like, I don't know, like some kind of Buddy Holly dude or something like that. I'm not already, glasses aren't going to fix my looks at this day and age, at this point in life anyway. So it's fine. What was I saying? So those are coming in like a month, getting them prescriptioned out. I figured I could use them while I draw. I'm getting them I'm getting the indoor version, so it's good for computer monitors, video games, televisions, which one and the same. Yeah, like so. I've been heavily impaired for a long time, and I just recently. The reason why I'm talking about this so much, instead of the video I'm making, is because I've been obsessed with it for like weeks because I've been finding these videos. It all started with this this thing for the Vive, this VR colorblind experience simulator. I said, oh, this would be cool if this works. Most things suck. Like if you have a video game that has a colorblind mode, I go, what the hell did they do? They just turned everything that's red to green, including like if like blood splatters in the game Doom or something, shooting demons, and they're all bleeding green, and I didn't realize till halfway through the game. Sent a screenshot to my friend a couple years ago. I said, look, this is something cool from the game. He's like, why is everything gold? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know. He's like, what is this supposed to be? He's like, it's hell. It's supposed to be red. Then I did some investigating, and I realized, I said, what color is the blood? It's green. Oh, so this was a semi-nightmare. I don't know. Scott, don't you love what you do? Don't you love drawing? Well, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I do. I enjoy the reward, overcoming obstacles. But when it comes to color, which I really enjoy implementing, I don't want to work in just black and white. And it's like an insurmountable obstacle. So that's why I'm skeptical about these glasses coming in a month. It's like when you show people, say, this is a picture that looks like real life, and they go, oof, are you kidding me? That skin is green. That skin looks dead. I should have put that one up too. It's a great photo. Somebody holding a peanut butter jar and some toast. They're like, no wonder you burn toast all the time. I said, what color is it? They said, it's like, I don't remember. They said it's green probably. But anyway, they said the skin tone is, what do you call it? They said the skin tone is, like a dead person. And I said, that's what white people's skin looks like to me. That's what I've known my whole life. That's just what, yeah. That's what white people look like to me. That's what you looked like to me. But it doesn't look weird to me is what I mean. So anyway, what was my point? So I'm skeptical. I got a healthy dose of skepticism about, these glasses, even though you can go on Instagram and just see dozens and dozens, no, hundreds and hundreds of videos of people just like me putting these on and then freaking out. But you always go like, is it an advertisement? I'm like, really? Did they pay thousands of people to make a video where they look like assholes because they're freaking out like idiot? Nah, I don't think people are that hungry for a little extra scratch. You know what I mean? Damn, I'm already outlining this thing. So what I did with this, let's switch subjects for a second so I actually talk about the process of this. You'll see I'm working on the lasso. This is what I did. I wanted to blend a little bit of the old school with the new school because, yes, I wanted to use the movie version of the suit, the modern movie version of the suit, because I just thought there was more detail. It's on a real human being as opposed to like a comic book person or something. And I know like Linda Carter did it back in the day, but that kind of looked like it was for a school play. I liked the tiara in the modern one. And of course, if I'd used the modern tiara and used an old school suit, that wasn't going to work. But the new one, I noticed, had like a shield and a sword. And I said, I'm not interested in putting all that detail in it. I want like some of the old. And so like the what are those things that go on the forearms? Little brace things. What are they? The guard things or whatever. They were all like leathery looking to me in the thing. And I said, no, I want those little golden Hey, spoiler alert! I don't read comic books very much. When I say very much, I basically mean like I've only read a couple series. One of them was Preacher, and a couple of randoms like not major Marvel, DC kind of stuff. I know. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I'm a loser. So and that's not sad at people who do. I'm just saying like people. I don't know if I'm gonna get. This is why I'm saying it. I don't know if I'm gonna get lambasted. Do I say that word right? Lambasted. I always say that lambasted. Because I don't know if it's blasphemous what I did to take older stuff, like the golden bracelets, and mix it with the new suit. You know what I mean? I just saw some scribbles. That was when my kid. That wasn't me freaking out. That was when my kid sits on my lap and plays with the thingy here, the my drawing tablet. But yeah, like, I don't know if that's blasphemous to do. Like, how dare you take liberty in mixing those two? They don't even go together. It looked pretty sweet to me. So, I wanted to take just stick with the basics. The golden lasso. Don't the bands do something? The golden bracelet band things. I get this mental image in my head of like them being put together, like maybe crossed over each other, and then like a beam of light comes out like a laser or something. I don't know. It's like I know there's an invisible jet involved. There's no. I was gonna say there's like a robot assistant. No, I'm making that up. I like the way the hair came out. I don't know how I do this shit, man. Again, it's like color picker shit. Like it's not that I rely on it, but I don't rely on it. Obviously, like they're not doing the strokes for me, but I can recognize this is a different hue, but I can't trust my eyes to pick it out myself. So, oh yeah, this is a good thing to talk about real quick. When you do stuff that you think like, I got this, there's all these challenges. These new challenges you weren't expecting. And in this case, all the golden metallic, golden shit. Because the tiara I was using off a reference photo, but all this other stuff with the outline of the suit and the bands, the wristbands, I had to invent the metal, and I wasn't expecting that. And I know that sounds like something off a Tenacious D album, like inventing the metal. I had to figure out as I went how to make sort of like a brushed metallic look to this that would sell well enough to be passable, because I invented the pose myself, so the reference photos weren't gonna cut it. So I just had to use them for kind of like a base, like this is how dark the metal gets. I keep thinking I'm talking about some Norwegian death metal shit. So and then how light it gets, and then kind of like I ended up finding 6 colors that I was alternating between, but I still had to figure out how to make them work together and look like it was shiny and brushed. And then eventually, as you start play, you freak out for a while. Then you start to play with it for a while, and then you say, okay, this, if I do the line strokes like this, I'm like the airbrush strokes like this. I'm like that kind of gives it more like than just like a flatness. It kind of like gives a little. I don't know if I succeeded or not in that, but this was like tough because the little belt or not belt, the little skirt part. I'm like this wasn't working out. Just having a very minimal amount of detail. So I decided to give it a little bit more texture, and represent the original, the reference photo, which almost was like scaly in the detail. So I tried to emulate that in a reasonable fashion. I wasn't going to spend 5 days on a texture. What was this about? Oh, the shoulders. I had reference photos of actresses with the with like strapless dresses on, just to make sure that that the anatomy of the shoulders and stuff was working. Because like I know basically what is happening with the muscles underneath, but like when you start, medical references of anatomy don't really have people in sassy uh, sassy, powerful woman poses. You know what I mean? So I had to make sure that I was on the up and up with that. I don't think we're coming to the end of this. I don't really know if there's much left to go into in great detail. In fact, I'm really just biding time for the last couple, and this is the part where I'm really bad at, because I'm not playing the YouTube game and I don't have numbers to justify it. So this is where people are like, well, what do you think, guys? Fire off your death threats in the comments. Make sure to smash that like button and make sure. Yeah, this is my information. Okay? Thanks for watching.